Two, man, as you can tell, we got another reaction video today for y'all boys. Now, today, we're going to be reacting to the man who sold a fake airport for $240 million. How you even fall for a fake airport for $240 million, bro? Like, what you just got throwaway money, huh? Throw some of that over here, bro, since you just giving away money. Let me get some of that. Throw me some of that.
Nelson Sakaguchi, a bank executive from one of the largest banks in Brazil, received a life-changing call. On the other end of the line was the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and he wanted to grow.
He was in Nigeria? Oh yeah, they got your ass. Them boys is the king of finessing out there, boy. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably Nigeria, Atlanta, and then Africa, boy. Them three places right there, it's over with. I'm not doing no business. And I'm not just saying because they black people, bro, but they got the scammers on top of scammers out there. You never know for real, bro. You could think you coming into a good deal, and then your whole house gone. You feel me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The country by building a major airport, unlike the country had ever seen. The project would cost $242 million, and Nelson would be promised a $10 million commission for investing in the project. They meet in London, and Nelson shakes hands with the governor, deputy governor, and the director of aviation.
Damn.
They show him all of the business plans, details, and discuss the entire infrastructure. Nelson is completely convinced, and they shake hands and make a deal.
Bro, see what I'm saying though? Like, you wouldn't even know for real. Like, how would you know that? You know what I'm saying? They thought that up from the ground up. Boy, they already knew they was finna come in and finesse this man, bruh. Like, if you're not going into a situation on your P's and Q's, this is exactly what's gonna happen, bruh.
Home run investment for Nelson. There was just one problem. It was all a lie. This is the insane story of how one of the smartest criminals in history sold a fake airport for $242 million.
Hey, that might be my twin. We kind of look alike, ain't it? Look at it. Hey, stop playing with it. That look like my twin, boy. He's smart as hell. Stop playing.
The man behind this insane story is Emmanuel Nwood. Now there is a bit of a mystery surrounding Emmanuel and his upbringing, but it's assumed that he was born anywhere between 1950 and 19. From a young age, Emmanuel wanted to be rich and was driven by an insatiable desire to escape poverty and rise above the ordinary. He was extremely gifted and highly intelligent for his age. And it was in the electrifying world of finance that Emmanuel saw his ticket to prosperity. As a young adult, Emmanuel ventured into the world of banking, where he quickly gained a reputation for his sharp intellect and ability to navigate the complex world of finance.
Now watch something happen in his life that turned his ass into a supervillain, because he sounded like he on a good path of life. He in the banking, he's smart. What you doing, bro? You just wanted to become a supervillain, huh?
Hard work, perseverance, and his charm and charisma, he climbed the corporate ladder and later became the director of the Union Bank of Nigeria.
So doing good, bro.
He was doing extremely well for himself. He no longer lived in poverty, and he was the director of a reputable bank. But it wasn't enough. Emmanuel wanted more. The kind of money that could buy him loads of power and influence. And soon, he would come up with a plan that would etch his name into the annals of financial history forever.
Hey, I'm trying not to pause it a lot, but that's what it be. Them people that be in charge of banks and stuff like that, them be the evil motherfuckers, bro. I'm trying to tell you, them be the evil motherfuckers, because they got control of them shitload of money for real. They the last say so and like, okay, yeah, you gonna get that, or nah, you not gonna get that. They the last say so, bruh. So, well, especially in America, shit, crazy.
In the early 1990s, Nigeria was undergoing a transformation. The nation had recently declared Abuja as its new capital, a decision that would ignite a frenzy of economic development. Priority number one for the Nigerian government was large-scale infrastructure projects, with a primary focus on building a world-class international airport. Emmanuel saw this as the golden opportunity he had been waiting for, and he came up with a brilliant idea, one that would put him in the Hall of Fame of con men. He was going to sell a fake airport and trick investors out of millions. But Emmanuel wouldn't be able to pull this off all on his own. He would need a team. So he handpicked a group of 5 individuals, all highly skilled in the areas of finance and banking. Their deep knowledge,
not gonna lie, this man thought about this. He thought this out, my boy. Like hard.
as well as their connections, would make it easier to pull off the heist of the century. The plan would involve each of them impersonating high-ranking officials. Once everyone was aware of their role and the details of the plan, it was time to execute.
The scam. Let's see it, man. Look what y'all was doing. What y'all was doing over there in Nigeria. Let's see it, man.
The team started by carefully sending detailed faxes to banks all over the world. These faxes contained an official letter pretending to be from a top Nigerian official named Touristia William, who supposedly worked in the financial planning and budgeting department of the Nigerian Ministry of Aviation, an identity that was completely made up by the team. The letter announced Nigeria's intent to develop a major airport project in Abuja, a city experiencing rapid growth since being declared the new capital in 1991. After they sent all the faxes, they waited patiently, eager to see if anyone would bite onto their bait of lies. Time passed, and it seemed like no one was interested, when all of a sudden, they received a fax back from a man named Nelson Sakaguchi from Banco Noroeste, a major bank of Brazil. Nelson said he was extremely interested in the proposal and that his bank had been looking for new investment opportunities for quite some time.
Damn.
As Emmanuel read the fax, a smirk appeared across his face and the rest of the team. The plan was now in full effect. Emmanuel...
See, and now you just, that's crazy. He over there actually trying to do good business, trying to make his bank go bigger and stuff, and you out here fucking him over, man. That's crazy. And he don't even know it, bro. Getting bent over backwards.
Emmanuel immediately called Nelson, but he couldn't just be himself. For the scam to work, he needed to represent someone of great power and authority, someone that could be trustworthy. So instead, he pretended to be the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Paul Ogwuma. Now, this was before the rise of the internet, so you couldn't just look up what the actual governor looked like. So this was Emmanuel's perfect opportunity. After using his charm and charisma, Emmanuel convinced Nelson that the deal was completely legitimate. To maintain the illusion, Emmanuel told Nelson that the project had to be completely confidential, so they needed to meet somewhere that was outside of both Nigeria and Brazil. Nelson suggested that they meet in London. Emmanuel agreed.
Bro, it's certain stuff that you just don't do, bro. Like, if they're telling you to come by yourself, you know, and like certain other stuff, don't go, bro. It's a setup. Like, just pay attention to his stuff that he be saying, like, around it. It don't be adding up for real. I would have to come by myself. I can't bring, like, an associate or nothing. I can't bring nobody. Yeah, I don't want to go there. You feel me?
Planning began.
Especially with $242
the team thoroughly prepared for the meeting, with each member assuming the identity of a high-ranking official. Emmanuel was the governor, with other members impersonating the deputy governor and the director of aviation. Their presentation would include detailed airport plans, a well-thought-out business proposal, and even fake documents to support all of their claims. After everything was fully prepared, the team was now ready to fly to London. Emmanuel and the team flew to London to meet with Nelson. To build their credibility and illusion even more, they sent a limousine to pick up Nelson from the airport. He was also accommodated with a luxurious 5-star hotel suite.
Yeah, boy.
Compliments of the governor of the central bank. As the meeting commenced, each member introduced themselves in the role that they rehearsed. Each showed charm, confidence, and charisma, and Nelson believed every word that they were telling him. Emmanuel again made it clear that they wished to keep the project completely confidential, for construction wouldn't begin for another 4 to 5 years. Nelson told him that the bank would be ready to transfer the funds whenever they were ready to actually start the project. But Emmanuel was a smooth talker. He told Nelson that they had to have the funds immediately, for they had a lot of planning to do, such as hiring companies and gathering all of the tools and materials. So money had to start flowing immediately so they could get the project started. Nelson was a bit nervous and began to doubt himself.
Yes, bro.
Emmanuel picked up on this quickly and told him not to worry if he wasn't comfortable, for they already had numerous investors waiting. So, the project would be completed regardless. This made Nelson feel like he was going to miss out on a big investment opportunity. He said that even if he agreed, his bank's management once again told him not to worry, and that they could just go to their other investors. But he would offer Nelson a $10 million commission if he resolved the issue himself. That commission was the cherry on top for Nelson. So he agreed to the deal, and they shook hands for an investment of $242 million for the new...
Hey, see, that's what happened, bro. He heard, okay, you'll get a $10 million investment, like basically by yourself, a commission, like you'll get $10 million. He was like, all right, bet, shit, fuck it. I'll spend $242 million. That's not mine. He's goofy.
New airport. Today, that would be around 413 million. Before concluding their meeting, Emmanuel used his persuasion to convince Nelson to transfer them a $3 million deposit as proof of his commitment to the project. Nelson was now in the palm of their hands. Over the next 3 years, from 1995 to 1998, Nelson transferred $242 million to Emmanuel and his accomplices. To cover their tracks, they spread the transfers across 17 banks in different countries, with none of the bank's management catching wind of the fraud. The team was full of highly intelligent individuals, so instead of just spending the money on fancy cars, yachts and mansions, they all invested their money into real estate in Nigeria and various regions worldwide. They also bought shares in multiple companies. Emmanuel and the team would send fake documents and contracts of the different businesses that they were acquiring for the airport to Nelson so that they wouldn't raise suspicion. The team had officially gotten away with the heist of the century, but soon, their empire of deception was about to crumble.
Hey, that's what a lot of people...
if you've been...
That's what a lot of people be folding at. Like, when they hit it big, they get to splurging on other stuff. Don't do that, bro. You feel me? Move your money smart. But he tried to catch us with an ad. We not going for that.
In 1998, a man named Jamie Lopez, one of the directors at Banco Noroeste, found himself extremely frustrated. His bank was being acquired by the largest bank in Spain for a massive $500 million. He had an important role to play in this deal, but he lacked crucial information. Where a third of the bank's capital had gone. It seemed to have vanished into thin air, and it all pointed to one man who would have the answers. Nelson Sakaguchi. Nelson was summoned by the board of directors to explain where the money had gone. Nelson kept stalling, and Jamie was fed up, so he confronted Nelson, grabbed him by the collar, and demanded the last 3 years of documentation for their international operations. Nelson confessed and said, "You know, I've always had gambling in my blood." And he then shared the details of the $242 million investment deal that he hid behind all of their backs.
Yeah.
The board was enraged, and this marked the beginning of an international investigation into the third largest banking fraud in history.
Bro, you just now saying
The
something?
investigation traced everything back to Nigeria, but Nigerian banks refused to cooperate. This was because, behind the scenes, Emmanuel and the team had been secretly bribing banks and officials. Eventually, however, the Nigerian banks received pressure from Western banks, and they were forced to cooperate. They revealed the identities of all of the account holders, and Emmanuel and his group were exposed. However, Nigeria had a huge lack of financial fraud laws, so the team actually remained free. Meanwhile, Nelson was arrested and charged with money laundering and sentenced to prison for several years.
See, y'all gonna let them run? They did it. They the one who did it. They set me up. What we doing here?
Owners of the bank, however, were furious that their money was gone, so they tried to find ways to recover some of the lost funds. But since almost all of the money was in real estate and investments, they couldn't recover anything. It seemed as if all hope was lost for the Brazilian bank. However, a new president took over Nigeria, and 4 years later, he established a Financial Crimes Commission in 2003, in which they heavily pursued Emmanuel and his team, leading to their investigation and then arrests in 2004.
Let's get it.
5 of them were arrested, but remember, they started with a team of 6. What happened to the 6th one? Well, it turns out that the 6th member mysteriously died in a car crash during the investigation. Was it just a coincidence? Many speculate that Emmanuel had them assassinated to keep them from exposing the team. No one knows for sure. The trial...
He ain't get him assassinated. He got himself assassinated. You see what I'm saying? He got up out of there. Ain't no going after a dead man. You can't. What you gonna find? He know he was doing. He was the smartest one. Cause I'd have did that same thing. I'd have changed my name to Juan and I'd have moved to Mexico. Stop playing.
Began, but Emmanuel wasn't going to just give up so easily. So he started bribing officials and members of the jury. It got so bad that the judge had to stop the trial and transfer it to another city because most of the jury had been bribed. Emmanuel then tried to bribe the new officials and jury of that city. However, this time, it didn't work. But Emmanuel was persistent and never let anything stop him before, so he hatched an escape plan. He arranged for a warning to be sent to the courtroom during the trial. That warning was that a bomb was going to explode at any moment in the courtroom. Everyone evacuated quickly, and the trial was postponed and delayed until the courtroom was completely examined and cleared. They discovered that there wasn't any bomb, and the threat was completely fake. Emmanuel's plan to escape had failed, so instead, he tried to negotiate a reduced sentence. In exchange for returning some of the stolen funds, he offered to return 10 million of the 242 that they had stolen. The officials laughed in his face and said they wouldn't accept less than 80 million. But Emmanuel didn't want to give up that much money. Unfortunately for him, that was going to change very quickly, because during his trial, they called a witness to the stand. It was his good friend, Nelson. He explained in great detail how Emmanuel and the team impersonated the high officials and tricked him into the deal. Emmanuel knew he was screwed, so he agreed to pay 120 million of the stolen money and a $10 million fine to the Nigerian government. He was then sentenced to 25 years.
Okay.
You didn't really think that was it, did you? If you've learned anything this far, it's that Emmanuel always has a trick up his sleeve. He was actually able to bribe his way to spending less than 2 years in prison. He then went on to recover nearly $50 million from his real estate properties. Not bad for pulling off one of the biggest heists in history. Emmanuel then decided to lay low for a while and just enjoy his life of luxury. But fast forward to 2016, and Emmanuel would find himself being charged with murder.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, he got into a land dispute with a neighbouring town, and he sent over 200 people to attack the people in the town of Ukpo. This resulted in the shooting of police officers and the murder of a security guard.
Bro, this man was out here moving like a Nigerian warlord, bro. What is this man? He sent 200 people to a neighboring town. Say, yeah, you know what? I don't even like them niggas no more, bro. Handle them for me. And that's just.
He is currently in custody and awaiting trial. But knowing Emmanuel, it's only a matter of time before he uses his bag of tricks to escape once again.
It ain't no bag of
tricks. Thank you so much for watching.
Bag of money. It ain't no bag of tricks. That boy got money, especially out there in Nigeria. Stop playing with him. He a billionaire probably. But with that being said, y'all boys, that concludes today's video. If y'all do want to go watch other videos like this, click on my boy Bix Flicks. You feel me? I like his videos. His videos are pretty good. But with that being said, go hit that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications, and leave me a comment down below. And with that being said, I'm out, y'all boys. Bow!